Hi guys, welcome back. This week I'm going to show you guys how to achieve this glowy spring makeup look. For this makeup look, I want to give the illusion of a healthy skin and to make it look like your skin is glowing from the inside. So for my skincare, I'm going to use products that mainly focus on hydrating. I'm going to start with a skin pack. I'm using the Aqua Aqua Seal Soothing Tonic. The tonic will help to make sure my face stays hydrated the entire day. This is basically a cheat code if your skin looks dull in the morning but you don't have enough time to do a face mask. I normally just soak 5 cotton pads with my toner and let it sit on my face for about 5 to 10 minutes. You can also pre-soak your cotton pads and just leave it in the fridge. After the time is up, you can just use the cotton pad to swipe across your face to make sure all of it is covered. I'll pat it in afterwards to make sure that everything is absorbed. Next, I'm using the Aqua Refreshing Fluid. Since I have oily skin, doing a glowy makeup is really risky because at the end of the day, I'll look too oily. But using this will help to make sure that my oil production is well controlled. To keep all the hydration in my skin, I'm using the Aqua Aquazine Infector. This will actually create a barrier around your skin. These are my go-to products for hydration because it's made for sensitive skin and doesn't make my skin too oily. Don't forget to pair in your products because I feel that it really is the key to make sure that everything is well absorbed. As the last step, I'm going in with Aqua Aqua Cream Tea Cream and remember to bring it down to your neck as well. Once again, to achieve this look, we have to make it look like we are glowing effortlessly. So to brighten up my entire face, I'm going to use the Giverny Power Lasting Sunblock instead of my usual sunscreen, as this contains brightening properties. A primer is the only way my makeup is going to stay on the entire day, so I'm using the Giverny Milk Moisture Boosting Primer. So before putting on any makeup, I'm going to make sure that my lips are well moisturized and hydrated so that my lipstick can go on as smoothly as possible. To achieve the no makeup look, I'll be using a skin tint. This is a skin tint from Sephora. I'll just apply a suitable amount on the back of my hand before applying a thin layer to make it easier to blend. I have realized that applying a thin layer helps to moderate the amount that is going on my face. This is to make sure that I don't actually use too much or too little. And as you can see with this skin tint, the coverage is not perfect nor is it full, but this is the effect that I want to go for, so I really love it. I don't want any harsh highlight, so I'll be using this from Etude House. It's a very subtle highlight and I'm not going to be contouring as I don't want any harsh lines or any harsh shadows on my face. And for this entire look, I'm not going to use any powder as well, so I'm just going to use this highlight to accentuate the high points of my face. For my brows, I'll be using a brown shadow to fill in the gap and then going in with my trusty Essence Brow Gel to make sure that my brows stays the entire day. To make it look glowy and more spring-like, I'll be using the slightly shimmery rose shade from my Pony Effect eyeshadow palette. This is very subtle and you can slowly build it up, but since I'm going for a very subtle glowy makeup look, I'm just going to be going in once or twice to make sure that it's just very subtle. So for my eyeliner, I'm just going to line my outer corners so that it actually accentuates the points that I want to accentuate. After that, I'll just blend it out with my sponge brush. So for my eyeliner, I'm always using my favorite eyeliner of all time. I'm using the Giverny Pearl Proof liner. I usually opt for the brown shade instead of the black shade to make it look more natural. To curl my lashes, I'll be using my electric eyelash curler before going in with my usual manual eyelash curler. Using the electric one will help to actually keep my lashes curled for a longer period of time. After that, I'll be going in with my Tarte mascara. I really love this. It goes on really well. So for my blush, I'm going with my Essence Cream Blush instead of my usual Milani powder brush, because as I said earlier, I don't want to use any powder. So using this cream blush will make it blend with my highlight and make it look more cohesive. Since we are going for a more spring-like look, I have chosen this color to make it look more pinkish. So I'm going to emphasize the center of my face again by putting on more blush. This will actually make it look more youthful as well. Since the entire look is very natural and glowy, for my lips, I'm going to go in with my favorite Colourpop lipstick and then top it off with a Tarte lip gloss. And that's it for my final look. I feel like this entire look is very easy. This is how I achieve a very glowy spring-like makeup look. And thank you for watching as always. I'll see you next week.